This is Erico here, back on your computer screens. Always and forever. Ooh. I know you probably see the title right. Like, what in the world is going on in the world? Like, you just cannot get away from the crazy mess no matter where you go. You can't even go to China and get away from crazy people doing crazy stuff to their own people, no less. This woman raised this child for about a decade, and she thought it was her child. Her child went missing in 1992, and she was looking for a child with her husband for about 3 years. And she thought that she found her child when they were going through adoption agencies. She thought she saw this child that looked like her child that was kidnapped. She said, let's do a DNA test. And it came back that there was a match. It was a possibility that this was the child that they had been missing and searching for 3 years. Now, fast forward, years and years later, child is grown. The family has a nanny, or had a nanny. I don't know what this woman is like. She comes out saying, I have your child. I've had your child for this whole time. I raised the child as my own, kidnapped your child. I don't know if they fired this woman and she just like, okay, you didn't give me my last pay, so I'm gonna take your child. You know, like, I'm gonna turn into It from the movies and wait in a grate somewhere in a wall and just snatch your child in and drag your child down and out of the apartment or the house or whatever like that. But she snatched up these people's child. Kept the child thinking that the nanny is the mother, and they thinking that some random child is their actual son, and it's not. So this woman is just flipping out. She's gone to the Supreme Court in China. She's like, I want my money because you all told me that this was my child and this is not my child. So someone gonna have to pay me something, or something's gonna have to give. Meanwhile, the two boys are just like, this candid camera, right? Like, they sitting up here like, what in the world is going on right now? The one that she raised that's not actually related to her by blood, I think it's sweet because this still would be her son. She basically adopted a child, and to me, an adopted child is still your child. If you have raised this child for most of its life and you have a loving bond with this child, that is your child. So he's like, this is still my mother, no matter what. You know, I'm still gonna care for her no matter what happens. Her actual son, who was raised with the nanny, he's just like... And the nanny had the nerve to say that, oh, you can have him back if you want him back. He grown now. She didn't even get to raise this child or form any type of bond with this child that's actually her child, that she gave birth to, that she pushed out of her womb, that she worked hard to push out of her womb, that she made with a loving bond with her husband. You snatched all of that away. And then you gonna come years and years later and say you can have him back. I couldn't deal with this. Like, I would have to go get a baseball bat and wait outside of this woman's residency and play baseball with this woman.
Your old slugger.
I took that bat and hit him upside the paya, 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 paya.
Each and every day that I didn't have a chance to form a loving relationship with my child. Like, I don't understand where she thought that was okay, how she thought it was okay, where she thought that she was doing some type of good deed. But people seriously have something wrong with them when they do stuff like this. I don't get it. I don't understand how you could do this. And then I don't know if she wanted some type of forgiveness by coming years later. She would have been better off not saying anything at all, to be honest with you. And then this woman still would have been happy. She was living happily with her supposed child. And then you're gonna come out of nowhere, out the woods, talking this crazy mess about, oh, I actually had your son the whole time I kidnapped him. I don't know. I can't. Like, oh, like, I mean, anyone that has a heart would get mad at this. It's just like, how? When and where? Like, you can't make this stuff up. But we can't. You just can't. So you guys, hopefully this woman gets some type of closure, because the wound has been reopened and it does not make any type of sense that this woman has to go through this. Hopefully both boys will help her in the future. You know, they can all come together and have a bond. They need to lock up that nanny. She need to go to jail. And I hope that she's in jail. Because it... Lord have mercy. You guys, follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also, I have a blog on East Asian pop culture. The link is in the description box below. Follow my music channel. Should be somewhere up here. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real. And I will be back.